In the San Francisco Unified School District, enrollment has declined by nearly 7% over the past 2 years. It's a problem, especially when public school districts in California receive about $10,000 per student from the state.
Over the last 10 years or so, we've seen enrollment decrease a little bit each year. The impact of declining enrollment on schools means that we don't have the money to support all of the programs that have been there before. We are really focused on making sure all of our schools have the programs or the resources to execute their programs with excellence.
San Francisco Unified School District's enrollment decline could have resulted in a near $36 million loss. But due to the impact of the COVID pandemic, the state of California decided to allow school districts to budget for this year based on attendance from 2019 to 2020 instead. San Francisco is not alone in confronting falling numbers. In New York City, enrollment at the largest public school district in the country has dropped by 50,000 students in the past 2 years.
We are seeing enrollment declines across the country. Some of that is tied to back in 2008 in the Great Recession, birth rates fell. And so the classes as they are coming through are smaller than they had been. We also saw during the Trump administration that immigration was curtailed. And then finally, COVID does have a lasting impact.
Latimer says during the COVID pandemic, which resulted in remote learning, many parents homeschooled their kids or moved them to private schools.
We know that for some, it is that they had childcare needs. They weren't able to provide support during the pandemic in home because families were working. Parents had to go out and find ways to have people who could look after their children. We also know that for some people it was frustration with policies.
San Francisco Unified School District Enrollment Executive Director Lauren Kohler says another reason for the decline is high property prices forcing families to move to less expensive cities. With large numbers of students who speak Chinese or Spanish, Kohler says her office is improving engagement with the community by providing counselors that speak in 7 different languages.
We also have an enrollment fair coming up in October, and we'll do a lot of neighborhood workshops around the enrollment fair to help families in different neighborhoods understand the enrollment process in their own language, in their own neighborhood school.
Kohler says the district is also looking to boost enrollment by reconsidering its school assignment policy so as to give students more choice to attend the public school that fits them best. Mark News, CGTN, San Francisco.